seek answers to the human experience. Welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, a 2-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next 2 hours, listen, call in, and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
Indeed, there is a light right here on WWNN 1470 AM 96.9 and 95.3 FM. And we are answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. Today's the day everybody's a little bit of a luck of Irish. Yes, indeed. We are wishing you all a very happy St. Patrick's Day. And may you have some great corned beef and cabbage and have a good beer for me, because we're here with all of you from 6 to 8 p.m. answering your questions and tuning in and tapping into the universe and the messages that are there for all of us. You know, we've gone through some unprecedented times, and these are the times where we are often in questioning, where is the support from the universe? How can we feel the connection of God and the angels? And how do we know that we're on the path? How do we know that there's possibilities beyond what we're being faced with, that things are different? How can we know for sure that things are going to change? And how can we create a better path for ourselves? Sometimes life, and it's throwing us a curveball, makes us feel uncertain, uneasy. The universe is always showing up. The universe always has your back, always giving you a prompting, a nudge. But we're often too busy to notice that experience. Well, every day when you connect to the universe, you just walk outside. You're one with the universe. But many of us are not noticing the connection as simply as that. We're waiting for something, I don't know, kind of unique or spectacular to happen. We're looking up at the sky and waiting for a feather to come floating down in front of us. We're waiting for an angel to manifest right in front of us. We look for these signs that perhaps are a bit over the top, because anything else would be a coincidence, and we may question the validity of it. Did it really happen? The universe is always talking. And we have to get out of our heads and look to see what the universe is showing us. Things have a way of lining up. Interestingly enough, we got a call from someone right here on the radio show. And she said, I might come to Florida. And if I come to Florida, I'm going to see you, Sarah Spiritual. And we said, okay, great. When you come to Florida, try to give us as much notice as possible. So maybe, just maybe, we could fit you in the schedule. Schedule's kind of a little tricky to maneuver. Guess what? The universe heard her. Not only did the universe hear her, the universe delivered her to our doorstep. On the very same day she wanted to come in the perfect way, we miraculously, unexpectedly had a rescheduling. And before we could call the other people that were on the wait list, before we could, we might have a little feud going on after I say this on national radio, but before we could call the other people who are wait listed to see if they could take that appointment, this person picked up the phone and happened to caught us just as we came in. Interestingly enough, is there a cancellation? Is there a way for me to get in? Well, matter of fact, the individual said as a reply, we've got a 4:30. And look what happened. In they came. You see, we send out these smoke signals to the universe every minute, every thought, every desire, every message, even every frustration. We are sending out smoke signals to the universe continuously. And the universe is taking them all. Yeah, they don't sort through the good and the bad, so watch what you say, watch what you think. And it's already been proven that that which is in your electronic field, your energetic field, can be manifested, can come to an energetic physical experience. And I know personally, in my own energy, I always tell people, please don't talk about that in my energy, because then that stuff is going to happen. So we know as energetic beings, and we're learning that as we attract things, those of us that are on this journey, as we attract things to us that are a result of a thought or an action, we have to take a level of responsibility. We have to look at ourselves as the co-author of the book. We have to look at ourselves as the manifester. We have to look at ourselves as co-creating with the divine. And when we were little, they didn't tell you that. They didn't say to you, I know, when you grow up, you're going to be a fabulous being that is going to be electromagnetically charged. And we as parents are going to teach you all the great things to do and say so that you can attract that which you desire and learn to disconnect from things that don't serve you and are uncomfortable. I do not remember that in kindergarten, do you? I don't remember my parents sitting me down and saying, one day what you say and think is going to happen. They did not clue me in. But you imagine the world as a different place. And I can tell you this, that young children who come in to see me, and I'm talking under 10, they know more than some of my adults. I had this one little girl come in, and she looked at me, and she said to me, who's here with me? I was like, okay, here we go. And I started to describe fairies and angels that were with her. And then she pulled out her picture of the fairies and the angels that were with her. Her version. But the colors were exact. And she looked kind of shocked that I knew. But when they're there, they're there. And in her coloring and her drawing and her calling upon the guides and the angels, or the fairies and the angels in her case, she drew them closer to her electromagnetic field, making it even easier for me to answer the question, because it was right there in her energy. And I need not look very far behind her to recognize the beings of support. And she told me stories about things that go on in her household, about her parents. Thank God there's confidentiality. I got to tell you, she was ahead of the people. She's like, oh, my parents don't know what they're doing. I was like, really? Do tell. And she went off to tell me this fabulous story of all the details of things that were going on around her. And she knew her parents were not coming from a solid place. It was almost as if this child was sent to parent the parents, as if her soul, the old soul, was being brought in to nurture them and keep them together. And she has a clear picture, this little girl, of what she's going to be when she grows up. And I see more and more individuals, maybe not aligned with fairies and guides quite like that, that are young adults and young children that know that thoughts are things and words manifest, and that they are co-authors and co-creators in the universe. And that the separation isn't quite the separation we view it as. There's the divine, and then there's us. The universe is always here to remind each and every one of us that we are connected always. And that the spark of the essence that is divine is always beating within you, shining a light from you to magnify what you desire. And to shine the light and brighten the shadows so you can recognize what is really not in alignment for your path. It is that time. It is that time when the universe is knocking on all of our doors for us to wake up and pay attention. That there is no difference. That we are all one. And that we, as citizens of the planet, have to do everything we can to bridge that connection. For us to recognize that we're all created in the same divine image. And that each one of us is unique. And as we move ourselves forward in the energy of our desired results, the universe is looking for us to hold the vision and feel the feeling as if it's happened already. And to recognize that it's right there in front of us. And that by feeling the feeling, we are creating the energy that is in the divine flow. And we are hitching our wagon to the star that soars into the universe. And that we are still and always will be connected. Every moment that you move yourself in the direction of your desires and your goals, it is so important that you do look for clues and you do follow the prompting. And by prompting, I mean a feeling, a noteworthy moment in time that makes you stop and go, oh, this seems important. This is something I have to pay attention to. I always think, what would have happened if the day I met my spiritual teacher, if on that day I decided to brush him off as a bizarre man who had some interesting things to say, and if I had chosen to dismiss him just because it didn't feel like what I was used to. Just because he wasn't having a conversation that was normal to me. It seemed rather abnormal at the time. I wonder if the day the gentleman said to me, come on a sales call with me. I'm selling ad time or ad space in this magazine. And I really would love if you came with me. And I was already advertising in the magazine, and I don't know why I made time in my schedule that day. But there was a pull, there was a feeling to go. And that was my meeting that in 2009 led to my first radio show, barely a month later. Didn't even know why I was there. I wondered what would have happened if the day, I'll spin us back, I was getting ready to make a decision as to whether I was going to stay in New Jersey or move to Florida, and I had that moment of second thought that if I had followed that thought, where I would be today. I chose to honor the decision I had made because I like to follow through on what I say I'll do. And I said I'm going to move to Florida. Not to anybody important. It was just something I came up with. I wonder if there were times in your life that even though you were being led to do something else because that was normal to you, that by choosing something else, you showed up at a place where you met your potential wife or husband, or maybe in a place where you met the perfect person who told you about the perfect job, and in the end you have the job. We have to go back in time and look at where we've been, and look at the opportunities that have been presented to us, and rather than look over the choices and maybe even lament because we think, oh, that was a bad choice. Look at what we were feeling at the time and how the direction of the prompting was leading us and what allowed us to choose a particular path. Were we choosing a path because of fear and routine or rigidity? Or we were choosing a path because we just felt like it was the right thing to do, even though we couldn't put our finger on it. We couldn't express exactly why. We just felt compelled. There are many compelling conversations that we have with the universe every day. And most of us are driven to distraction. I always try to tell people, be quiet. Listen more. Sit in the stillness. Don't chatter about things that are just stirring up the energy that are not leading you to where you ultimately want to be. That are not yielding the results of what you would like the atmosphere to be, or the experience to be, or the outcome. That are only in the nudging and the worrying looking for more trouble. Or looking for it to not go easily and smoothly. But because we're trained that way to expect something to get pulled out from under us and something not to go right, and to cross our T's and dot our I's, that's the answer. But it's often not. There are ways that the universe will lead you that will be the path less traveled, but it will be the path that leads to all the greatness. If you look at the people who have accomplished a lot, they didn't follow the path or the pack. They disconnected and, well, as Frank Sinatra would say, did it their way, did it my way. They found a way around some of the obstacles. How many of the most famous baseball players talk about not even having access to a baseball field, and their earliest days were on the streets of New York with a stick and a ball, or a stick and a ball in Puerto Rico or the Dominican Republic? How many people have not had everything they needed to be the best possible person or athlete, or whatever the title is we want to put over them? Everything wasn't aligning perfectly. Not everything was in place for it to be the perfect environment. They didn't have the money maybe to buy the weights to do weight training. So they filled water jugs and tied it to themselves. They found a way and made a way and didn't make an excuse and didn't put off until things are right. Because if we wait for when everything appears to be right by how we've been trained in the land of procrastination, we will never get there. And even if we get there, we will get there less satisfied and less aligned to the feelings of what the universe had for us. Less aligned to the way it could ultimately be. And more tied to the human experience, which is a conditioned, limited experience. Because to go back to what I said originally, did your parents sit you down and say, now little one day what you say will become your reality. What you think will manifest. And for every action, there will be a subsequent reaction. And that those actions should be of kindness and compassion and truth and direct. And not pussyfoot around and play games or have hidden agendas. They didn't break it down. So you, the child, learn from the parent that taught you how they survived. And since they're responsible as the caretaker to provide food, place to rest, shelter, money, and the experience, you watch and you learn from them, and as they learned their experiences, they, without knowing, you through your watchful eye, learn their way. But their way is not your soul's way. No two souls walk exactly the same path. But every soul is governed by the universal laws. And every soul has a prompting, a calling. I even look back, and this is interesting. I look back at the energy of the pandemic. And it happened to have fallen right before the pandemic began, right before this time last year, the lockdown. And I remember as I was getting ready to renew my lease, thinking, I don't know. I just had that feeling. You know, that premonition, like, it's going to be a sticky year. I don't know. I even said to a couple of people, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I guess I'm here at the center. This is what I do. But I don't know if I want to do this year. But I couldn't put my finger on it. So, of course, I waited for the prompting. I sat. And in the stillness, I heard the voice say, all right, little Sarah Spiritual, you sit your butt right down there and you just go to the center and you do what you do. Don't ask any questions. Put your name on that paper and hand that paper in. You hear? I was like, oh, Lord. And I no sooner handed the paper in, everybody. We were on lockdown 5 days later. And if anybody could have hit her head and went, oh, my God, it was me. I didn't know. So think about where you were at that time before the lockdown hit. And all the things you were saying, I'm going to do this in the future, and this is what I want to do. And all the things you put off doing, thinking that you would always have the time. And some of us were having a prompting inside that says, oh, hurry up, let's get this done. Or let's go on this trip. And you go, oh, no, I'll do it next year. Oh, next year I'll go see my aunt. Now you can't see her. You see how the universe works and how they talk to you? All right, maybe not everybody has someone practically manifest in front of them and say, put your name on the paper and go. But you all have your prompting and your energy. Okay. So I hope that you follow that energy and listen to the universe, because everywhere you turn, everybody's talking at you. But the only voice you should be hearing and echoing in your mind is the whisper of the universe, because it'll never steer you wrong. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. We're going to go to Facebook. We're going to go to YouTube. We're going to talk to people all across the nation. And because of Facebook and YouTube, we're going all across the world. I got a feeling that the universe has got our back. And I know that today's the day that we're going to go on a journey, and we're going to have some profound messages that set us all straight, and we all step inside of our path and know where we're meant to be. Stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. You know, we're going to be right back.
Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call?
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
For the most extensive multicultural array of spiritual products, classes, and healing services in a comfortable and convenient setting, you must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza in West Palm Beach. There you'll find the products, services, and spiritual development classes to help you bridge the gap between you and your spiritual connection. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Habitat Plaza, West Palm Beach. Call them at 561-682-0955 or online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. For yourself or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza, Okeechobee Boulevard, West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit them on the web at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know.
Because you know that you know that you know me. I am Sarah Spiritual, and you are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we're answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. And we got some friends on Facebook saying hi. So thanks so much for the hello, and we look forward to answering your questions. Be sure to ask us a specific question and include your birthday so that we can zoom in and pull down the information for you so we can get to as many questions tonight as possible. And Universe has our back, and we are dialing up and seeing what's going on. And I got Denise in Pembroke Pines here in South Florida. Denise, how are you tonight?
Good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great, Denise. And how can I assist you tonight?
I'm just wondering if I have anything to worry about in the office. I have someone who's supposed to sign a contract, and it's got to be done before April 1st. Do you see it being done?
You know, I feel like they don't have all their ducks in a row. This is a potential client, company. Yes, please.
No, she works for me, and in order to go further, where we put out a new contract,
Right.
which hasn't been signed as of yet.
So you have a contract to have her to work with you alongside as a subcontractor?
Well, she's been working with us, but a new contract was put in place, so I'm just waiting to see if she's going to sign it. Haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I feel like there's a little resistance to this contract. Something significant has changed in this, please?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm feeling that she's not feeling it. And I think you're getting the sense as well, Denise, especially since you're asking the question. So look at it as a way to clean house if she chooses not to sign the contract.
Well, then she's gone.
You have to have her sign the contract. And if there's a non-compete or some kind of compliance that she's not following, this is going to be important for you. Because I don't always feel that when she has represented you, she has represented you and your company in the best possible light. So we need to have her understand her place in the picture, yes?
That's exactly what we're trying to do.
Yes, and there's resistance because she wants to be top cat.
Yep. That's it.
All right, my dear. Well, thank you so much for your question. We trust we've been of service to you here tonight.
All right. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
Bye.
888-565-1470. We've got a class coming up on Thursday night. Wait, that's tomorrow. And we're going to go on a journey. Are you looking to heal your physical body, your emotional body, build a better connection to the universe, to the ascended master teachers, and to God? Are you looking to align your connection? Well, this is the class for you. We're going to be talking about connecting to the ascended masters, but more importantly, the focus of this class is to go on a healing journey in the crystal caverns that the masters have taken me to, so that we can share with you the channeled message of the masters, so that you can have all the energy you need to enlighten yourself, to heal yourself, to move yourself forward on the path for your highest good. That class is tomorrow night, March 18th at 7:30 p.m. Registration is at 7:15. You can go online to sarahspiritual.com and prepay, and the cost is only $11. So we do hope you join us for this very powerful Ascended Master Crystal Cave meditation healing session. It's been a while since we've done this, so I know that we're going to find some really fascinating information, especially during these times. And we've got another class coming up on Tuesday night. Jiminy Crickets, I think I'm keeping myself a little busy. We've got a creating space and clearing space and creating sacred space class. And this is the class that teaches you how to clear the energy in your home, to clear the energy that may seem a little funky. Maybe there's something in a house that is out of sorts. Maybe we need to clear the energy around a person. Maybe we need to use a bath and kind of clear energy. We're going to teach you the things you need to do to clear the energy and, well, turn the beat around in your spiritual presence. So we hope you join us for that class. That class is with a coupon code. It is Tuesday night, the 23rd of March, and that cost of that class is only $11. And we've got another class coming up, and that class is designed to help you grow and transform your money. So universe, show us the money. We got the money class. And this has to be one of my number one fun classes to teach. And that class also has a code, and you will save $11. And so the cost of that class is only $10. So we are doing everything we can to make this as easy as possible for all of you to participate. So we do hope to see you in class. We're going to have a great time. I want to go visit my friends on Facebook and my friends on YouTube and see what's going on and answer some questions there before we go back to our phone lines at 888-565-1470. And we got Natasha Monique Allen. She wants me to know how to clear her energy, and I'm going to send her some clearing energy. Unfortunately, there's a passing of her son and her mom, so she has some great loss that has just happened. And we are sending healing energy to you, Natasha. Natasha, I want you to know Mom is very much around you, and there's the energy of Mom's energy and the son's energy being joined together. I understand this is a time of great mourning, but I'm also being made aware that you've had a dream with your son where he was able to see you and be with you in the dream state. Know that he will continue to visit you, and that the two of them, your mom and your son, are reunited together. Thank you so much, and we send you our condolences and our prayers of healing during this time. Who else do we have in our list here? We've got Candy Johnson Marler. Candy says, hey everyone, how's everyone doing? We want to know, what message is Spirit trying to tell her? She feels like she's missing something. Well, this is a year for you to step out of your comfort zone, Candy, and put the pieces together so that you can expand yourself. Take the block over the limited thinking, Candy, and step into the zone that makes you feel supported and good. This includes the people that surround you as well, so that you can make the transition, Candy Johnson Marler, that assists you to grow and expand in the areas of personal connections as well as financial growth in this year of 2021. Thank you, Candy Johnson Marler, for your Facebook question. We're going to pull another question from Facebook or YouTube and see who else we have here. We've got Shantasia Bing. She says, hey, any messages? My grandma passed on March 19th when I was a little girl. I never got any closer, and I always wonder if she's with me. So the first thing Grandma makes me aware of here, and it's interesting, I don't have her birthday, but the first thing she makes me aware of is that in this time is a very sentimental time for the family and for the primary parent connected to Grandma and to you. And when I look at the energy of this female energy, it feels like she's aligned with the mom side of the family. I get the sense that there's looks like a statue or an article that's, looks like a statue. I have to kind of call it a statue. That is something that once was hers, a figurine or a statue the mom has that represents Grandma. Know that Grandma is still with the family and looking after everyone, and she is there to support all of you. We know that you didn't have the time with her in the physical realm that you would have liked to have had because of her early passing, but do know that she is there with you in support on the other side. Thanks so much, Shantasia Bing, for your Facebook question. We're going to pull one more from Facebook before we go to our phone lines at 888-565-1470. And we got Millie Sanchez. Millie Sanchez says, hey, Sarah, I want to know what's going on. Am I going to meet my new love? I'm ready to love again, and I'm beginning to feel like he's near. You see, what Millie's talking about, that's exactly what we were talking about in the beginning of the show. When you have the feeling, you have to honor the feeling and the prompting that love is coming. And that love will lead you to the path of the connection for you. So, Millie Sanchez, yes, there is an energy of love around you. And this year, first and foremost, expands your finances. So I want you to look for a shift and a change in career, something having to do with the positioning or the role that you're currently playing at your job. And that will bring some financial shift in financial wellness. And in this increase in the financial wellness, I see here around you a meeting of someone. And yes, near is after the month of July, which then leads us to the latter half of 2021. I think it'll be a beautiful time and a beautiful connection. So, Millie, continue to feel the feeling and be the person who attracts your desire to you with ease and grace. Thanks so much for your Facebook question. Continue to leave us your Facebook questions and your YouTube questions. Be sure to ask a direct question with your birthday. We're going to go back to the phone lines, and I'm going to go to Will. Will is in Tampa. Will, how are you tonight?
I'm okay. I read you last week about walking, and I started walking really good, and I want to thank you.
Oh, wonderful.
But also, I have another question. I'd like to find out if I'm going to meet my soulmate this year.
Okay. So first of all, Will, let's go back, and thank you for following us. I think you messaged us on the feed during one of our live shows. I think it might have been Saturday night, yes? Or when we did our live
Saturday
show.
night, yeah.
Yes. And, you know, it's so interesting. When you asked the question, right away I was like, oh, that's a really powerful question. Will I walk again? And Spirit said, yes, he's going to get stronger and he's going to be able to walk again. So, Will, we're so happy and delighted that you're able to make this move into being more strong in your physical stature so that you can begin to walk again. And I do feel that you'll have continued healing with the help of the angels, and we will continue to send you healing energy. And we're really, really excited for you. Now, when I move into the energy of love and soulmate, here's the interesting thing. This year is about you falling in love with you first so that you can attract your partner. So you're exactly right with your questioning. Will I meet my soulmate? But first we want to learn to love ourselves. And I feel as if I spin you back, and I'm going to go back in time, Will. I'm going to go back about to 2012. I feel like 2012 was a time of change, maybe some difficulty, some separation, or not feeling supported at that time. Going back about 8 years. Does that make any sense to you, Will?
Yes.
Okay. You're healing that, and now that you're working through the healing of these past 8 years, this is the time that you're ready to open up your heart again. When I spin you into the future, and I'm going to spin you out 2 more years, so I'm going to take you into the 2024 time, 3 into 4, that's when I see a union, a marriage, a commitment. So we are going to meet someone, we are going to meet a soul companion, someone who's aligned perfectly with you. And then from that experience, you're going to find great joy, enthusiasm, compassion, passion. And in the building of that, you will find a way to solidify it towards the end of 23 into 24. That's what we have for you coming up, Will, and we are so, so pleased that the angels have assisted you and that God has been by your side so that you can have the healing so that you can walk again. We're so happy for you.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, Will. Bye for now. 888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going back to the phone lines, back to Facebook, and back to YouTube. I want you to stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. And in the meantime, hey, share the page, share the light, share the love. Send me some stars. Let's go. We're in this together. We'll be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
For the most extensive multicultural array of spiritual products, classes, and healing services in a comfortable and convenient setting, you must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza in West Palm Beach. There you'll find the products, services, and spiritual development classes to help you bridge the gap between you and your spiritual connection. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Habitat Plaza, West Palm Beach. Call them at 561-682-0955 or online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. For yourself or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza, Okeechobee Boulevard, West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit them on the web at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Yes, indeed. We are standing right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we are answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. And we're so excited and thrilled to be connecting to each one of you and to be answering your questions on Facebook and on YouTube. And we do ask, please share the page, share the light, share the love. I've got to go back to the phone lines. And I've got to talk to Connecticut. There's stuff going on in Connecticut. And I've got Danette on the line. So one never knows what's going on there up in Connecticut. Danette, how you doing, honey?
Not so good today. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, so we're going to recalibrate that, Danette. Let this be the last time you answer me with not so good today. Okay?
Okay.
Because if you answer not so good today, you perpetuate the energy. So we're going to try again. Danette, how you doing today?
Good.
Good. Okay. The energy you speak and you think, as I said in the opening of the show, which I know you're on hold listening to, is the energy you're creating around yourself. And therefore, you're going to perpetuate whatever the heck's going on that is slowing you down, honey. So, Miss Danette, how can I assist you tonight? What's your question?
I want to know if my mom's around.
Your mom is very much around. Your mom is very much around you. And it's interesting, is there an anniversary or a death passing right around this time, please, for Mom? Today. Okay, because she makes me feel like there's an anniversary of her death passing coming up or right here, okay? So she is with you. She wants you to know that she's sending you much love. And she's making me feel like the world would be a better place if everybody could get along. Yes?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
And she liked when people got along. Now, your mom seems like she was a little tough, so I'm not going to say she was always easy. But she liked when people got along, especially when they were all agreeing with her. But we'll just leave that for now. She's also making me feel like she's got a woman standing with her who's kind of around your age. Makes me feel, is there a woman who passed who's like in your age group, in your family, please?
A friend of mine died 2 years ago, 10 days before her birthday.
Before her birthday. And did she know your mom? Was she part of the circle? And
No, she didn't know. I don't know if she knew my mom.
Okay.
But I know my sister, my older sister, it's going to be a year next month.
Does she pass?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I have your sister with your mom. Your sister is with your mom. She's making me feel like there's someone who's part of the family, like in your age group, okay, in your family lineage here, in your age range. Your sister is with your mom.
Right.
And she
my dad
tells
and
me,
my brother.
okay, but she tells me, I'm telling you who we've got here, Danette.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and she's telling me that there are questions. There's a lot of questions around your sister. Yes, please, the passing of your sister.
Right.
Okay. And she's also making me feel as if you want to focus on your sister is all right now, and your sister is at peace, and that your mom is looking after all of you. And
That's good.
you all have to focus on creating better lives for yourselves and each other. So they make me feel like there's been some disagreements and fighting going on, or do you have problems between the family, disagreements? Yes,
My
please?
sister always, I'm using my sister's car right now because I don't have a car.
Okay.
And she's just so bossy lately.
Okay. Maybe she's feeling the energy, too, of not feeling good and not feeling happy. I have a feeling you're all triggering each other. Is what it's looking like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, she just went for her shot for her vaccine, one of her vaccines, and I want to get it, but I'm afraid because I have bad allergies.
Okay. Well,
And
that's
I don't
something
know
to
if I
talk to your
should or
doctor
not.
about. We'll talk to your doctor about that. I'm not a doctor. Can't tell you what to
I
do.
know my doctor he keeps on saying,
But
well,
but I'm listening to you, and I'm laughing in my head with Spirit. Spirit's like, I don't remember the FDA saying one of the side effects is being bossy from the vaccine. So
I know, right?
So you can't blame the vaccine. Who's your sister, Danette? Who's your sister that's giving you a hard time?
Sister Carol.
Carol. Okay, well, then Carol needs
Her
to feel.
birthday just came up. It was same day as my other sister, Josie. They were 7 years apart.
Oh. Well, let me say this to you. Perhaps Carol's not feeling appreciated for all that she did. And maybe she's just wanting to make sure that you take good care of her car because she wanted to give it to you to make it easier, but she doesn't want to be inconvenienced by it. So I'm sure you could understand.
Yeah. Well, I take care of her oil and everything. She doesn't even check her oil. I do it.
Okay. But, it's just she wants to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, but at least you have that car so that you can put yourself back on track. Because I feel like financially
3 days a
things
week.
have been out of sorts for you lately, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And Danette, they tell me that you haven't been sleeping well at night as well. Is that also true?
Yes, I have my box spring broke on my bed, and I'm waiting for my stimulus check to get a new bed.
All right. Well, interestingly enough, not having a good night's sleep would make you not be feeling so good. But I'm going to tell you, Danette, you are what you speak. You are what you think. I want you to so know that your mom is very much around you. She's sending much love to you. And just let everyone know that your sister who passed is also with her and everyone is fine. Thank you so much, Danette, for calling. We greatly appreciate it. You're welcome. Bye for now. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go right back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. Yes, indeed, it's St. Patty's Day, just all of us, just hanging out with a little bit of luck. Let's see what comes next for us here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
There's a light shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Phone lines are open at 1-888-565-1470. That's 1-888-565-1470.
The opinions expressed.
The other day, I sat alone, and I realized you're not here. I used to like to pick up the phone and tell you how my day was. I miss you. I sit alone at times, wondering why you had to go. I really didn't want to see you leave. It happened too soon. I lost myself in tears. I lost myself in wondering. But now I just gotta get used to the fact that you're gone now. I just got to get used to. I won't hear your voice anymore. Oh, the things that I would tell you if you were sitting here now. I know we'd be laughing somehow, but I gotta get used to that you're not coming back to me. I gotta realize you're at peace on the other side. But there's something inside of me that's having trouble letting go. There's something inside of me that just doesn't want to know you're gone. But I've gotta get used to. I can't hold your hand anymore. I gotta get used to. I won't hear your voice anymore. this time you did. And I don't want my tears to hold you back from wherever you're going to. But no, I miss you. And I'll never get used to that you're gone. You're gone.
Those are the hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome back to the second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next hour, call in and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
There's a land that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light, there's a light that opens doors.
Yes, indeed. There's a light right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we're answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. Pop your questions in the Facebook feed. Pop your questions in the YouTube feed. We'll be getting to you in just a moment. But right now, I got to go back to the phone lines. I've got a call in Oregon, and I've got Terry on the line. Terry, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Terry. Good to make a connection with you. Is this your first time calling us?
No, I've talked to you before.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling back. And how can
Thank
we
you.
help you tonight?
Yes, I wanted to know. I wanted to know if my friend that was murdered 2 years ago, if she's around me. I miss her very much.
Let me check and see here for you. Bear with me. Let's continue with something else for a minute while I make the connection here, Terry.
Okay. Do you see me finding my soulmate? I'm really tired of talking to my cats. It's been 6 years, almost 7.
Interestingly enough, this year is kind of closing out this chapter for you that has been like a really long, rough 9 years. I feel like you went from 2012 to now, and it's kind of been one thing after another, whatever relationship closed and how it closed, and
Yes.
feeling of being insignificant, not good enough, not important, not mattering. And then if we factor in the loss of your friend, she makes me feel that you talk to her, because you two used to talk about everything. There was this camaraderie. She talks to me as like a sister, like you guys were sisters. Does
Yeah,
this
we
make
were.
sense to you, please? And did you
Yes.
call each other sisters? Because she's making me feel like she's your sister, is how she's
Yes,
making
all the
me feel.
time.
All the time.
All the
okay?
time. And we laughed about everything, and I miss
Yeah.
her. You know, she was my light, and my light's gone, you know.
Well, here's the interesting thing. The light didn't leave you. The light is just coming from a different direction. And you need to follow the prompting. And she makes me feel like, I gotta move us forward here. So she passed in what, 2019, please?
She passed in, yes.
2019.
And,
Okay.
yes.
And what does the month of May have to do with you, with her? What does what does the month of May have to do with you guys, please?
Her birthday, possibly. I forgot her birthday. I know it's horrible.
Okay, no, that's not fine, because she's talking to me about May being significant to her, okay? She also makes me feel like we don't have all the pieces put together in her passing. Does that also make sense, please?
Yes.
Okay, there's a piece missing in the story, and nobody really knows the truth, is what she's making me feel. And she doesn't want you to worry, because she wants you to know that she's okay, and she didn't suffer. That's the best way I can say it to you, that she left her body, and she did not suffer. And I know that that was something that people were very concerned about, that you felt as if she had felt tremendous fear and suffering. This was not the case, okay?
Correct.
She wants you to know that she left her body, and she was not in any pain the minute the scene began. She also makes me aware of two people who were there at the time. So this is a clue here, because she's telling me that we don't know the whole story.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What is that? Okay.
Okay. I don't know the whole story either.
I know, and I'm just feeding you. But she says that the truth is not unveiled, and that you're never going to find the whole truth. But she wants you to know there were two people there. Perhaps that will be of some use to someone later on.
Okay. Okay.
So did she used to wear something on her ankle? She's showing me like something on her ankle. Did she have like a rope or a string or a chain on her ankle, please? She's showing me something with her.
All the time, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's like that was, who has that? Do you know where that is, please? Because it's like that meant something to her. And if you don't know where it is, and I understand you were her friend and maybe not everything was relayed to you, I can let you know this. In honor of her, put something on your ankle.
Okay, I will do that.
Because that meant a lot to her. I don't know, it was something unique for her, and it was like a tribute to who she was, is how she makes me feel.
Yeah, I miss her. I talk to her all the time. I miss her very much.
And she's also giving me this energy of the communication between the two of you. Was you would actually poke fun at each other or be sarcastic with each other. Okay?
Yes.
And so I get this sarcastic energy with her that makes me feel like, she could insult someone and they wouldn't even realize it happened, right?
Yes.
She knew how to do that,
My
okay?
ex-boyfriend, she didn't like him at all. She did that all the time.
She didn't like him. And
he didn't even know.
He didn't even know. But you two would know, and you'd laugh about it, okay?
Exactly.
And this is the interesting story. She tells me about the connection between the two of you. And this is why I know that you are sisters, but you're soul sisters, and she will assist you in finding the soul mate. Ask her to be of great assistance to you, because not only did she not like your ex-boyfriend, I don't think she was a fan of the person before your ex-boyfriend.
No.
Okay.
She wasn't.
So
She
she's not liking your choices in men, honey. So why don't you let her pick from the other side?
Okay.
She's a little closer to the angels. She might be able to help you get it right this time, okay? I see this beautiful energy of love coming to you. I know that this is the year where I want to say to you that as doors close, let them remain closed. As things end, let them end. Be open to new possibilities, and know that there's a new opening coming for you, for a whole new beginning in 2022, and you're going to feel free. And I hear this song here in my head, so I don't know if you guys listen to this song. I'm as free as a bird now.
Yeah.
And this bird will never change, right? So
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing in my head, because that's how she feels, but you'll be feeling that way next year too. But you won't be up in heaven with her, don't worry. So you still stay here.
Okay.
let me clarify that for you.
So I have one more question.
Sure,
Is
but
that
does that song mean something to you, though?
Yes, it does, because
Okay.
we sing that all the time.
Okay, thank you so much. So,
No, that's just, well,
oh, wow, yeah.
that's
Yes.
crazy. Thank you. I wanted to know, my mom has been really depressed lately. She's just wanting to know if her love of her life, which is my stepdad, God bless his heart, is around her.
What's Mom's name?
Linda.
Okay. So it's weird. Now I'm hearing another song. When I go to sleep, I never count sheep. I only count the charms about Linda. So
Oh, my God. He would say that all the time. Oh, my God.
that's what I hear in my head. So this is what he's singing to her. So yes, of course he's with her.
Oh, my gosh.
I haven't heard that song. I'm like, I don't know, what is that? When I go to sleep, I never count sheep. I only count the charms about Linda.
Linda.
Yes, there you go. Very much
You're
with her.
amazing.
Thank you. Tell her not to be depressed. She is
Okay, I will.
very much with you. All right.
God
right.
bless you. Thank you so much. You're awesome.
Thank you. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
that.
much.
Thank you so much. All right. Bye for now. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to go to Facebook. We're going to go to YouTube. I'm going to line up some questions and then back to the phone lines to continue answering questions right here on WWNN 1470 AM and 95.3 FM. You know, I got to figure out what show number I'm on. Somebody's going to have to let me know. I don't know what show number I'm on, but 500 and something. I don't even know. What's our question here on Facebook? 578. 578 live shows. You know, we're coming up on our 12-year anniversary in May, which, guys, will be here before you know it. I can't believe it. All right, Millie Sanchez, we took care of that. We took care of her question. So Millie Sanchez's soulmate is coming. Iris Urlich, she says, what does Jadel, she gives me a birthday, feel towards me? You know, interestingly enough, this is a very complex individual. Funny is Jadel. Also, intricate, moody person. So I don't know if we want to really be dealing with too much of that. But the energy I have for you around this is that, Iris, there's an attraction, there's a connection, but they're a complicated person, and you tend to be very free-spirited, and you like to look at the big picture in life, and you're very open in your heart. So let's give them, reminds me of when I give my dogs little treats. Give them little treats of bits and pieces of you as you get to know each other, so that you can grow together and understand the personalities, so that when things seem a little difficult, that you know exactly where they're coming from. But it's definitely going to be an interesting romance once this gets off the ground. So let's see where the universe takes this one. Continue to see where it takes you. I got an interesting vibe. I just feel like you two are a little different from each other, so we have to overcome some of the personality differences. And we're going to take another question from Facebook and YouTube. Who else do we have? Melinda Forrest. She says to us, hey, any messages for my dad, who's now has a FIB. I don't know what this is. Messages for my elderly dad who now has a fib. Okay. He seems to be going downhill. I got it now. Okay, so here's the interesting thing. When I look at the energy around your dad, this year is a challenging year for your dad. And they're making me feel like there's also some, and I'm not a doctor, cannot diagnose, but I'm feeling as if we have to look, if he just had a surgery, a maneuver, a procedure, this is what they're showing me, something going on in the heart area here. Whatever they just did, I want you to check and have them watch for any infection or misalignment where the spot is of the procedure, because something seems off here. And I also feel like he's gotten very weak. I know in the message you say he's going downhill, but I want you to talk to Archangel Raphael and give your dad all the healing energy from the angels, because with this, he can rise back up and really feel very strong moving forward. All right. Thank you so much for your Facebook question, Belinda. Thanks for joining us on the feed. We send the healing angels to your dad, and we'll see how the angels can take this to a new level for him. Who else do we have here on our Facebook feed? Allison Ryan. Allison Ryan, she's got a question. She says, I recently applied for an internal position at my company. They reposted the position the next day. Was this because they weren't interested in me? This is the direction she's taking the question. So they reposted the the post because they're still looking and they're vetting for talent. And it's not a personal thing. There's a bit of politics going on. And I feel like they're trying to elicit a particular group of candidates to pull from for the role. So I would, if I were you, set my intention. If you are not their candidate, but you would love to have a position such as that, I want you, as the magical manifester that you can be, and the thoughts are things and words create, I want you to create yourself a better position than that in alignment with the things that you desire, and ask the universe to bring you something even better. And I do feel there's a possibility that you will have an interview. So let's not think that all is lost here. Thank you, Allison Ryan, for your Facebook question. We're going to pull one more from Facebook or YouTube before we go back to the phone lines. We've got calls in Milwaukee, Oklahoma, right here in West Palm Beach. We've got calls in Louisiana. We got Tammy Bagwell. She says, hey, my birthday is, and she says, in this recent job, I went back to a bad choice. If not, why so much difficulty with every area? So is the recent job she went back, is that a wrong choice for her? Right now you're having difficulty in areas of work and finances because actually it feels as if your financial picture seems a little blocked. There's some limited beliefs, and I feel as if you have connected to people in the workplace that are not being very supportive and not giving you what you need to do the job the way you need. So much difficulty in every area around you. I want you to focus on envisioning your life as you desire it to be. I encourage you in the universe to find another job, something that will make your heart sing. This is a temporary situation. And then I also ask that you read Psalm 23 every day, 9 times in a row, until you reach the next opportunity that's going to bring you much more peace, financial security, and so that things can shift in your favor through the power of prayer. Thank you so much, Tammy Bagwell, for your Facebook question. We're going to go back to the phone lines, and I've got to go to Lana in Oklahoma. Lana, how are you doing? Miss Oklahoma, how are you tonight? Okay, we don't seem to have her right now, so we're going to go back to the phone lines, and we're going to go from Oklahoma to Anna in Milwaukee. Anna, how are you tonight?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great, Anna. Good to connect with you, and how can we assist you tonight?
Sarah, I don't really even have a question. There's just so much going on right now. I just need a little guidance to just tell me where I'm going, what's happening, because it's just like I've been so emotional the last couple days.
Just when you think you're going to break and everything's going to fall apart, you're going to rise again. The phoenix rise from the ashes is the first thing they tell me. And I feel as if you're losing control over the circumstances around your personal life. Am I making any sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. And I feel as if you're afraid you're not going to be able to hold up all the responsibilities that are on your plate. Is that also making sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. I also feel like you're not rested and you're kind of spreading yourself a little too thin at this time. Yes?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. We need to do a little better self-care. Your body is telling you we're shutting down. We need some rest. We can't manage our energy anymore. You need to keep things in check. But I also feel like there's a primary relationship, that there's a disconnect, a miscommunication, something between the two of you. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like you need
Is it my son's father?
Hold on. I feel like you need to bite your tongue.
Okay.
You need to pick your words more clearly and pick your battles.
Okay.
Because I don't feel as if you're getting the support or the truth from this individual. Now, you tell me, is that your son's father?
That is him.
All right, there. So, when a leopard shows you the spots, there ain't no bleach going to wash them off, honey.
Okay, Sarah. I've been just trying and trying and trying.
No, girl, definition of insanity.
Yep.
And that's why you're emotional, because you know, like you know that you got to go.
Yep. Oh, my God.
But your inside little girl is just saying, if I just give it a little more time, if I just show up and overcompensate, he's going to pick me, and he's going to love me, and he's going to do the right thing by me and the kids. But what is he showing you? He's not showing you that, honey.
His backside.
Okay. So,
Okay.
here's the song I hear for you. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Just be done. Find a
so
way.
unfair to my child, but you're right.
Sweetheart, let's talk about your child. I'm so glad you said that. See, that's a sticking point for me because as a mother, you're responsible for your son to see how a woman is treated, and that man is the role model. And you're, as a woman in the house, are the person that he is going to emulate, and he's going to pick a woman just like you. So you better show him your best side.
You're right.
You understand?
All right.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
You got your marching papers, so you're stronger than you think. Get some self-care, some rest, and keep the party moving.
I got you.
All right.
I
Thanks so
appreciate you,
much.
as always.
Oh, my pleasure, honey. Sorry it's a little difficult, but there's some good things coming in the horizon, so I want you to look forward to that.
Okay.
All
I
right.
will.
Bye
Thank
for
you,
now.
Sarah.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 888-565-1470 from Milwaukee. We're going to try to bounce on back to Oklahoma and get to Lana. Lana, how are you?
Hey, Sarah, how are you?
I'm doing great. And you've been going through some major transformations, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Not sure how to move forward or feel the love for everybody like I've done before.
Maybe we're tired
Feeling
of
the love for myself, too.
Well, maybe we're tired of loving people who are not giving back, so maybe we got to stop feeling the love. You cannot be all things to all people if you are nothing to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, loving myself has been the challenge. Like, I haven't been noticing my thoughts. And, like, today when I was at an acupressure session, my mind was just going. And then at one point, in my mind's eye, I saw writing lifting upwards very fast. And it's like, part of me feels like my connection to Source and to God isn't there.
Well, that's just because you're focusing on what's going on here. And it's a very interesting statement you make, so I'm going to speak to that statement if I may.
Please.
Many people are feeling what you feel because the way we are connecting with Source, because we have been so disenchanted here in the world, we are looking for a different connection. And so we're going through a transitionary period where we may feel that void or that disconnect. But that does not mean we are not connecting. We're just going to learn to connect and communicate in a different way. That's how it's coming down for you.
So how do I get to
where you want to be?
Yeah, into where I'm knowing what I want. I've been to where I'm knowing what my thoughts are, because I've been to where I felt like I was falling in love with myself and others.
Okay, well, let's forget about the others for a minute.
Yeah.
All right, because like they don't define you. So look at this. You have to learn to recognize everything that is beautiful about you and the communication to yourself that is critical and void of compassion and confidence, void of truth, the negative, critical parent that's talking to you from inside of you.
That's what I haven't been hearing, and why my heart hurts.
Yeah. You're feeling this disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
But your little girl's trapped in the past. Have we ever done soul integration, you and I? Have you ever had a session with that, with me?
No.
Okay.
No.
I strongly, and there's some people who probably be in the feed talking about soul integration as I say this. This is the game changer. You have basically become numb from experiences in the past that are not allowing you to move forward because your little girl is trapped in a fragmentation that is an experience from childhood. And what we do is we literally go in and we retrieve her and we bring her to the future.
Okay, because like I don't know why I created this when.
You didn't create it. Your little girl is not with you, so you're creating from a half-filled space.
Oh.
And the other part inside of you is just feeling lost and empty, and that everyone forgot her. And she's overcompensating to make people love her, but she doesn't need to do any of that.
Okay.
She needs to honor who she is. A strong, powerful girl.
Okay.
Go to my website, sarahspiritual.com, and let's do a soul integration. It's an hour process, and it'll really make all the difference in the world, and you'll feel more connected and whole.
Okay.
All right, my dear. It'll be all right. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to go to our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to come back to the phone lines. We'll be back on Facebook and YouTube. So stay with us, everyone. Do not go away. You know, we'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to sarah@sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
you seen me? You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual, answering questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. And we were answering some questions on Facebook. I was just kind of liking some comments and connecting with everybody. But right now I need to go to Laura, and Laura is in West Palm Beach. Laura, how are you tonight?
Good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well, Laura. Thank you so much for connecting with us.
Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
So my boyfriend passed away in 2017, and today's his birthday. I was wondering if he's around or has anything to say or...
So we're going to continue to talk, and we're going to see if I can bridge a connection while we are talking here and see if he steps forward. That seems to work best for us. So when I look at the energy here, the first thing to make me aware of is that you're learning to step out of your comfort zone, learning to kind of try to color outside the lines. This is your year of creativity. Are you feeling like you need to do something different and be more creative? Yes?
Oh, yes, yes. Definitely.
So now I guess the music, learning to take a chance again. So I got Barry Manilow in my head and learning to put your heart on the line. So you're trying to get yourself out there to connect and see where life is going to take you as far as partnership and love. Is this true, please?
Not particularly. I don't really look for love. I just don't.
Okay. But you're feeling ready at all to take a chance? Because I feel the energy of love coming around you. So there is...
I don't...
Okay.
I don't feel that. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
So if someone came along that I couldn't resist, but I don't see that happening. But
okay, well, you would not be the first woman I've ever said I see something happening, and then they showed up. I had one lady, they're married now, so I do feel that energy. I know you're looking to bridge a connection to your boyfriend, but I do want to let you know that that there's energy around you that's approaching that next year is going to really bring in the energy of connection and community, and this is going to offer you an opportunity, and you have free will to entertain that connection.
Okay.
Okay. And what is your other question for me while I continue to work with your boyfriend on the other side here, please?
So I was wondering about my son and his girlfriend, if they would get back together.
Okay. So the past 3 months they have been on the outs, is that correct, please?
Yeah, they haven't actually been together for a while. He has another girlfriend, but I was still wondering if they were going to get back together.
Okay. They're giving me the number 3, so something about 3 months. So the past 3 months or the next 3 months are the determining factors in the storyline here. And when I move him into the energy, you know what, I don't think your son sees the girl that he's with for the truth of who she is, that you may see. Okay, so he needs to have his wake-up call right now. He sees the girl he's with as someone that is compatible with him, but you are not agreeing with that, and I see that energy.
No.
But he's not feeling that yet. So what you can do is ask for him to have the eyes to see the truth and the ears to hear the truth, okay, in that relationship. And then in 3 months, because I'm going to move it forward instead of backwards, in 3 months I'm going to take you into the month of June. There's a possibility that he will have an opportunity to reconnect with his ex-girlfriend in communication, and this may determine where this relationship goes. A lot of free will in play here, but right now I can honestly tell you from the connection with your energy of your son is really choosing that path right now, and there's not much that's changing him yet. Yet, I said yet, because that means I see a sign. Okay? The connection with your boyfriend is not strong for me. He's not coming through strongly so that I can give you a connect that is direct, but I am given this energy of, and I don't know what this picture is, but there's 2 people in a picture besides you. Do you have a picture up with 4 people in the picture with him, please?
Yes.
Okay. Because they're showing me, my spirit guides are flashing to me a picture, and it's almost like when that was what was representing the times, like those were the days, like those are the memories that you hold on to. The 2 of you with 2 other people in this picture, and then you walk by, those are the days you long for. Does this make any sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I'm being shown. I did not get a direct connect from him with any specific message here, but do know that from the universe, I can assure you that they are all always with us. And I will ask you this: what does the month of November have to do with you, with him? What does the month of November have to do in your storyline here?
November is 27 is when he passed away.
Okay, so thank you. So I'm getting that connection too of November 27th or November, but I don't have any clear words from him that I can give to you on behalf of him.
Okay.
All right, but do know that that he is with you. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Sarah. Bye.
888-565-1470. And we're going to go to Brooke. Brooke is in Louisiana. Brooke, how you doing tonight, honey?
I'm doing good, Sarah. How you been?
I'm doing well. So the job hunt is moving along?
It's been great. I actually found one.
Whoa, why do you sound surprised when I told you you'd be fine?
I don't know. I didn't only find one job. I found two jobs, and it's like a little side business for me, like a little entrepreneur business.
Perfect.
That I found out I really like.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, and you were worried, right? And Spirit said, be patient, something's coming, Brooke, right? And I believe it fell in the timeline that we told you that your job was going to come.
I was worried at times.
Yeah.
And I was, the thing also, I didn't want to hear my mom nagging me on my back about trying to find another job, but I'm glad something finally came along that I really loved.
Well, it is something that is going to bring you a lot of joy, and now we're getting ourselves ready to save up some money and move on out, yes? Get your own place.
Yeah. Yes, I'm ready for that.
Well, that's something as we get towards the time of July, we'll be able to entertain and move you forward in that direction.
I'm hoping for it.
Yep, you're going to work towards that there. And I also see here relationship coming. So primary partnership, love, you're also ready for some love. Is that also correct, Brooke?
It is. I'm seeing somebody right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it might turn into something, but he's been very kind, very sweet and everything.
Wonderful.
So,
when's his birthday?
It's October. Hang on. Oh my gosh. What did I say it was? Oh yeah, it was October 15th, 1987.
Okay. So right here, the first thing that I have for you, interesting, is that this year for him he's really working on getting his life in some kind of balance and order. That seems to be important to him, that things are put into order. And as he does that, he will have more time to invest and dedicate to relationship. And this will bring a little bit more of a connection between the two of you. I do feel like this is a nice fit for you at this minute. I don't know if he's ready for anything serious, but for this minute, enjoy this time together, okay?
I'm enjoying it myself.
Perfect, perfect. And look how things turned around. I seem to remember someone calling a few months ago and nothing was clicking, and now everything's falling into place. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. I'm really excited about it.
Good. Brooke, you keep envisioning and feeling the feeling that you are worthy to have everything that you desire, and the universe will continue to support you. Thanks so much, Brooke, for your question. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. I just love when people's lives turn around and we look at one thing and we see this energy of, I don't know how I'm going to get myself out of this mess, or I don't know how things are going to change. I don't see if it's possible. Even our caller before, Brooke, she was saying, well, I don't really see myself meeting somebody. But it's in the energy. And then when the time is right, the universe is always going to present to us the perfect partner in the perfect way. We're going to pull a question from Facebook. I know we've got a lot of questions on Facebook, and then we're going to go back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. Going to open up a couple more lines. I got someone holding in Deerfield Beach as well, so you're going to be next on the queue here, so don't hang up. We got Amanda McAllister. And so here she gives a birthday. She says, I'm married to the person that I meant to be with, and his name is this. So she's asking if she's married to the person that she's meant to be with. You know, the interesting thing is that the two of you have a very intense soul contract, and I kind of feel like at times You're like oil and water. We don't always jive. We don't always just kind of blend well. But yes, you are in a soul contract with someone that is truly here to honor you and love you. I just feel that his energy sometimes is a little bit colder or removed in a way that you would prefer he'd be a little bit more present, connected to you. But there's a strong soul contract here between the two of you, Amanda. So continue to pursue this love relationship in marriage and work on the communication. And as you build better communication, although I don't see him as a big communicator, it will make you feel a little bit more empowered in the relationship. Thank you so much, Amanda, for your Facebook question. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we've got to go to Deerfield Beach and talk to Cheryl and continue to talk to people all across the nation at 888-565-1470. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual. Stay with us. We're going to be right back.
Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to sarah@sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we are answering your questions and your questions on Facebook and YouTube. And visit us on sarahspiritual.com if you want to learn more about the work that I do and more about my center, the Expedito Enlightenment Center. We like to help expedite enlightenment. We've got fabulous crystals and books and incense and sprays and dragons and all sorts of statues. And we've got fairies, we've got so many herbs and oils. So we would love to have you visit us at our center in West Palm Beach. And if you're local, love to see you. And if you're out of town and you come to visit us in South Florida, we'd love to have you pop in to the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, right there in West Palm Beach. Again, visit sarahspiritual.com to learn more about my products and to learn more about the readings that I offer. We're going to go to Cheryl, and Cheryl is in Deerfield Beach. Cheryl, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, Sarah. I'm doing good. I'm just getting off of work, sitting in my car, and watching the last part of the light fade away here. So you're finishing my day off, which is nice.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad to be ending the day with you and joining us at sunset now that we all sprung ahead and lost an hour of sleep. I don't know what's up with that, but hopefully here in South Florida, it'll be the last time we do that. They're talking about that. That would be lovely.
That would be nice if they just leave it the way it is, I think.
Yes, that would make our days even nicer. So, Cheryl, what's your question for me tonight?
Yeah, I haven't talked to you for a while, Sarah, and I wish I always had something more enlightening and more positive to share with you, because I know you get the burden of a lot of pain from people and things that are happening in their life that are not the way they hoped or should be.
Right.
But I'm struggling, and I'm very concerned with my son, Alexander. His birthday's 9/11/2001. He's kind of like a kite in the wind, just with no direction, just floating, and he's not focused.
Every flower, though, has their time to bloom, okay? And he doesn't follow the norm of people, yes? So he has
That's very true.
He goes, you and I travel to the beat of a different drum, right? That's what I hear in my head. So I feel like, you know, he kind of goes to his own drum beat here. And the energy that I see around him is this is the year where he kind of stands up, wakes up, and really lines up into his soul. So this is his year for soul journey, for soul connection, to identify who he is and who he's come to be. It's an important journey. And for him, it really doesn't get started until September. So he's got this year to just kind of work, and I feel like, is he working part-time or something? Because
no, and that's why Mom and Dad are so, and brother are so frustrated, and we're being disrespected by him, because we ask him a lot, you know, why don't you want to work, and why don't you want to get some training, or don't work and just go back to school? We want to help you be successful. And a good part of his friends are already in that process, and I feel like, what have I done wrong? I've been there every step of the way, and now he just doesn't, he's disrespectful. He just doesn't want to be bothered. He locks his bedroom door, and I see changes that are not positive.
Right. And his energy seems a little depressed, right? He seems a little depressed, right?
Well, I mean, he gets up and goes to the gym every day, and he doesn't seem depressed.
But he's very dissatisfied with life. It's a very heavy energy around him. Have you done anything to spiritually clean the house, to burn something, sage, some type of incense, resin, something to clear the energy?
I did do, after my husband's surgery and the house felt really kind of heavy, I did burn some sage. Okay. And I did actually feel a little difference in energy shift. It felt a little lighter.
Yes.
Maybe I need to do that again.
You need to do it more regularly, and you need to get in that kid's room and smoke that out, because it's like it's festering in there.
Well, I hope he's not smoking something.
Well, you burn sage, you're not going to be able to tell, because that stuff smells pretty strong. But I'm just kidding. But what I want you to understand is this. I don't feel that it's from that energy. I feel like he doesn't feel like he's ready, and he doesn't feel like he's good enough or capable. He's going through a major shift of insecurity, and he's trying his best to move himself forward, but he doesn't know how, and you're poking at him, and it's just making him more irrational and angry. And the next thing you could try to suggest is some kind of counseling, which he's not going to want to do, but it's still something that would be important for him to talk out, or a career counselor, a goal, someone who could help him set goals. This would help him greatly.
Yes.
But the good plus...
I actually have a list of doctors that I've been trying to, speak with and see if I can line something up for him, because I think that's a very positive thing for him to go maybe by himself, or probably by himself initially. I can't really make that decision, but or with his parents. I don't know if he would go with me and his dad.
No, do not suggest that, because then it's like you are ganging up on him, and that's what he feels like already. He needs safe space. That's why a lot of times I sit across from other people's children, or young adults, family members, because the person sitting across from them is not listening.
I thought maybe perhaps he has hyperhidrosis, extremely excessive sweating, and I thought maybe this is holding him back because it's done. We just recently went to the doctor and drew like 8 vials of blood, and we're trying to find out maybe is there something wrong within his endocrine system. Maybe this sweating, this profuse, drippy, sweaty hands, maybe he's not confident, and that's holding him back too.
It's very possible. Remember I said he's not feeling secure in himself. I said that, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, you did.
So there's a root to this, and to discover the root or the cause will be really important in this time, as I know you know. But we still can't keep poking at the bear because the bear is going to just come out grumbling, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You've spoken your piece, he knows it, but he's not ready.
Okay.
And the only option you have is, okay, well, you're in this house, you have to pay rent. If you can't pay rent, then you can't live here, and you're going to have to go somewhere else and pay rent and find a way to live. And I don't think you're in a position to want to throw your son out of the house. It's just not what you want to do.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. And so many people said, if that was my kid, that's what I would do. And I said, well, I can't do that to my child. What am I going to do, throw him out in the street? Where's he going to go?
Exactly. And believe you
me,
he's
not a bad boy.
Absolutely. And he also knows that, Cheryl, and he knows you. And that's why he's like, well, they're not going to throw me out on the street, so I have to do what I want to do right now. And it's just not conforming to your rules. And we all know back in the day when you didn't listen to your parents, there was heck to pay. But now there's something underlying. Somewhere inside of him, he doesn't feel like he fits in, he blends, good enough, worthy. And I'm going to say to you, thank goodness that he's at least going out and working out and doing that for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
It's a powerful,
well, it makes
powerful
me sad that he feels that way. He's so handsome and
talented.
Everything about him is just wonderful, and now he feels so insecure and horrible about himself. That's terrible.
Well, it's a difficult time in his life, but it's temporary, and these are the things that help give us character, Cheryl, and actually almost define us, how we handle the experience, how we interpret our experience and use it for our greater good. And he's got to learn that now, and better he learns it under the safe guise of the family than out on his own. 10 years later, he gets caught by surprise, and he doesn't have the skill set to be able to rise to the occasion when obstacles are presented.
See any future for him? It's something that he would be good at and that he'd like?
He's a very cerebral kind of guy, so he has to do something where he works and maybe even works kind of by himself, or he's in charge of something and he deals with finances and numbers or things that are very specific. He likes things a certain way, yes?
Yes, very true, that Virgo.
So, and this is where it'll pan out for him. But Cheryl, thank you so much for listening to the show. I'm so glad we were able to close your work day.
I am too. You made me feel much better, and just reassured all the things that I kind of already know, of course. But just you listening and feeling what I'm feeling has been a relief. And you're always so kind and generous with your time, and I appreciate that. I do want to come in and see you. I was supposed to come for my birthday, but I never made it in January. So,
well, we got a whole year ahead of us. So one day we are seeing people in person at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. So one day I'm sure you'll take a ride on up, and we'd love to sit across from you, 6 feet across. But we will see you. All right, my dear. Thanks so much.
Sarah.
All right, bye
Have
for
a
now.
Nice evening.
Thank you. You as well.
Bye. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye, Sarah.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. We're so glad that we were able to connect with all of you. So glad that we were able to connect with some loved ones on the other side. And just know that we are never alone, and the universe always has our back. We are so grateful for each one of you. Stay well, stay safe. I look forward to connecting with you next Wednesday right here on WWNN from 6 to 8 p.m. Thank you so much for listening. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
The brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light. There's a light that opens doors.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate life. Listen and call in next week and let Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in next week for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.